Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. Welcome to our weekly call. It's call number 82. Good morning, Sasha, G, Maestro, and hey, Reka. Anyway, it's our 82nd call. Theme of the week is Breakpoint warm-up because this week or next week is the Solana Breakpoint, and the team is heading to Abu Dhabi. Let's bring up Jesse and Christopher. Oh, what is
Hey.
Hey.
Good morning.
Thursday, everyone.
Hello, hello.
This week
hey guys. Hey back. How you guys doing?
I'm doing okay. Well, we're taking off.
Yeah.
The US folks were taking off to Abu Dhabi. Well, actually, today. I'm going today. Going a little bit early because I have the weekend there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of packing because, well, you guys know, but everybody else in the chat doesn't know. But we're gonna be staying in Bucharest or in Romania, and probably going to Turkey if we can for the rest of the year. So I won't be back in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So that all means seeing family, because I won't be there to see the nieces and nephews for Christmas, for the holiday. Yeah. So just doing all that, then stopping by my mom's house because I have to help her with something, mom with like the printer, or can you help me with my accounts here? So just doing
the IT department is open kind of situation, huh?
Yeah. So a lot of that kind of stuff, and then packing, and and also packing for multiple temperate climates, because Abu Dhabi hot as hell, Romania cold as hell.
Yeah.
Right after
you got one of those things, right? I'm gonna see you guys in Abu Dhabi for a couple of days, and I'm super excited about that because to my mind I've been watching the weather, and every day I think it's a little bit cool, but not too bad. Yeah. Whereas Romania lately, all of Eastern Europe has been having some kind of a polar vortex thing going on. Actually, even as I watched, today was actually pretty nice. Pretty nice. And by the way, the locals are like, yeah, we're having such an easy autumn. And I'm like, polar vortex. Everybody flee south.
Yeah, I can't tell sometimes when you say like it's super like polar vortex, and it's also been kind of nice. Like kind of nice could also mean, are you being sarcastic, or is it like
no
polar vortex? I got to think about what jacket I need to pack here.
No, the white in Chris's hair that you can see right now is actually because it's frozen.
Yeah, exactly. It's just if you wiggle it, it breaks right off.
Yeah.
Drew wants me to sing Happy Thursday to you. No, not enough alcohol in me yet. It may happen if we do a New Year's live stream. It may happen.
Yeah.
But not enough alcohol in me right now.
We are excited for the next month, though. I mean, this whole month, we are going to do our winter work session and the year right, but also holidays over there. It'd be nice to finally like make and break bread together. But yeah, next week is all Breakpoint. We have a ton of great meetings lined up. I'm excited about that. And then, we're flying right to Bucharest to hang out with the team there. And a lot of team lives in kind of two cities, Salanta, which is up north, and Bucharest, main city. So, but yeah, we do have to pack for two crazy environments. So I think it's just like a lot of athleisure wear and one warm jacket is how I'm going to roll.
It sounds like you're going to be cold.
Athleisure. A word that should not have been added to the dictionary. I will. That is the hill I'm going to die on. I'm fine with all these other ones.
Yeah.
But athleisure.
I used to just, when I saw guys always just wear like that, I'm like, oh, you should dress up sometimes. But now I get it. It's just, especially when you travel, I get it.
It's comfortable.
But remember, you're coming to the rest of the world where athleisure, look, don't get me wrong. There's lots of people who go out to fancy places in tracksuits in Eastern Europe, but they're very fancy tracksuits. And the rest of the time they wear suits. So, I'm just going to remind you, you're coming to the part of the world where a gentleman is expected to dress up for the ladies.
If you're going to wear a tracksuit, it has to be a Adidas velour, red or black. And notice how I say Adidas.
I was about to say it gets fancier when you pronounce it that way, right?
I know. It doesn't sound nice. It's not Target, it's Target.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is pronounced Adidas anyway, isn't it? That's the correct pronunciation.
I'm not going to weigh the correct pronunciation of anything.
Adidas,
I will
Adidas.
I will say I saw somebody wearing what I think was like a maybe like a Louis Vuitton tracksuit or something the other day, and I really, sorry to anybody out there who loves their fancy tracksuits, but
Louis Vuitton.
I really wanted to go up to him and say, "Sir, I'm sorry you have a small PP, but fortunately modern science can do something about that."
Wow.
I didn't even know they made tracksuits.
It might not have even been real. It was
I mean,
just
that's
a
probably
sort
the
of
case. Yeah.
it was just sort of a distinctive pattern.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen somebody who got a tattoo. I've seen pictures of people who got the monogram tattoo. It's like just a sleeve of the LV
Wow.
monogram.
Anyway, we are way off of our
Anyway, so
usual
we're going
topics
on-
because
we're
let me
going on
tell
a
you,
tangent.
Justin Bieber and K-pop demon hunters don't care about tracksuits at all.
Yeah,
wear
let's
them
move
anyway.
on. Yeah, let's get let's and I like how you plug that in there, Christopher. Let's see what happens. You know, maybe Sydney Sweeney might not like these either. All right, we did our keywords, guys. Let's get into what we got this week. We have okay, here we go. We got our introductions. Hello, is the three of us. We'll talk about Solana and Revolut. Then we're going to talk a lot more about us being at Breakpoint next week. Super excited. We've got a community thread that Sir Roz and the Rocketeers have put up on X. You know, I like that. It's like a band name, Roz and the Rocketeers. Sir Roz and the Rocketeers. Right?
Yeah.
Don't you think like he should be like in a band? Like,
Yeah.
Roz and the Rocketeers? No, it definitely sounds
Roz
like a
and the
band.
Rocketeers, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about our country of the week, which is the Netherlands.
I already have my inspiration for the next UpRock song. Thanks. That's
Is it going to be about Roz and the Rocketeers?
Yeah, of course.
I'm thinking, you know that cartoon Gem, or Josie and the Pussycats,
Yeah,
or Gem,
I got
the
something for them.
80s cartoon. Anyway,
Yeah.
and then we'll do some product updates, and then we're out of here because I got to finish packing. I'm taking off today, so
Right.
we're taking off today, so I got to finish packing. All right, let's get into first up. We have some news here. So Revolut it's a neobank. It's really big in Europe. Let's see, they say here 65 million plus users and 15 million crypto accounts now support Solana payments. This is huge. So Solana payments, transfers, and staking. This is really big, huge news.
Yep.
A lot of companies and individuals use, ourselves included, myself included, use Revolut. So very, very cool to see this news. Is anyone here in the chat using Revolut? And I'm wondering, but we like it.
Yeah, I mean, I use it not extensively, but it's good. It's interesting. It hasn't taken off as much in the US, I think, as it has in Europe. Maybe I'm wrong about that. That's just like an impression kind of thing. I feel like people in the US are still more on Venmo and Cash App, and Revolut's kind of a little unusual. Whereas I can't think of the last person who asked me for anything other than Revolut in Europe for that kind of thing. Definitely Venmo is not a thing here. So,
it's not. Oh,
not really. I mean, I don't know. I assume it's in the marketplace, but nobody ever asks for it.
yeah.
I have not seen anyone use it beyond like business stuff. I mean, if people do, are you saying people use it personally over Europe, like a Venmo?
Revolut, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we don't see that very much here.
People, yeah. So in Europe, it's. I mean, you guys will see. You haven't been over here since this really sort of took off. But like, if you go to a farmer's market or stuff, a lot of people, instead of having like a Stripe, you know, like the little Stripe thing on their phone, they might just have the Revolut app on their phone and just send it to me on Revolut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why it hasn't picked up here yet. I mean, we still just use. I mean, nobody really uses PayPal, maybe businesses or like artists doing commission, but usually it's just Venmo, Cash App, and or just credit card. You know, like if you're for a consumer, just credit card or Apple Pay, Google Pay.
You know. Speaking of PayPal, you know, it's interesting. I was looking the other day. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think what I saw is that all of a sudden, out of the blue, the PayPal US dollar stablecoin is like the number 3 stablecoin.
Is it?
By market cap? Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
let me look this up real quick while we're talking. But I was like, when did that happen? I always thought of their stablecoin endeavors as being sort of like an also ran kind of thing. But yeah. Let me look this up real quick. Yeah, according to the fiat stablecoin list on CoinMarketCap, the number 3 it's surpassed Ripple to become the number 3 after only Tether and USDC.
Oh, wow. Well, that's
Well,
good. That's
Well, all this
interesting.
means that it's just going to be easier and better, smoother on and off ramps for anything related to crypto, which is great for the whole industry, really. Yeah, because in the US, a lot of people use Coinbase to on ramp their US cash, and then they connect it to a Phantom wallet. You can kind of do that now with maybe Venmo, I think PayPal. Also, offboarding is a little bit more difficult, but usually it's just in the reverse. And so if you use Coinbase, it's just in reverse. But yeah, more options are better. Then they'll all compete, and their transaction fees get lower because they're gonna just try to win people's businesses over. So I think it's great. Yeah, sets us up for a great year.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, there's going to be. So, what are the other? What are some major, like neobanks or even just payment services here in the States that you can think of that don't accept, or anywhere that you guys use that don't accept yet crypto payments or any crypto transfers?
I mean, I think TransferWise, aka Wise, doesn't accept crypto yet, but
Yeah.
Revolut does now. Venmo does for sure. PayPal does. Cash App? I don't know.
I don't know.
really
You know,
Cash App
actually, I
very
don't
often.
really use the Cash App. Well, I use it for rewards, but I don't use it. Don't actually use it for any banking.
Most of
know.
the US popular ones in the US are still, I feel like, slightly still timid.
Yeah.
Even though
No,
it's
Cash
no
App
crypto here.
apparently does.
Oh, it
Yeah,
does.
Cash App does. Stripe just started to be a little more friendly. I mean, like, a funny thing is they have said they accept crypto payments, but if you try to create a Stripe account or anything, you still have to get approved for it. So it's not like anyone can use it. And then the big
Stripe
ones
is much-
are. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say Stripe is much more of a merchant-oriented payment processor. It's not really. I don't think
Yeah.
they're really going after person-to-person transactions the way that Revolut and PayPal and Venmo and stuff like that.
And of
do.
course, Robinhood is a big one.
Is Robinhood a payment app? I thought it was a.
They do. I mean, they're trying to do everything. Where they're connected to your bank. You can buy crypto, sell crypto, buy everything. They want to tokenize everything.
I thought Robinhood was an app to rob from the poor to give to the founders of Robinhood.
Yeah, no, they're really going after. They're going after tokenizing the whole world. So, stock.
I was going to say, isn't that a lot of vaporware on? Isn't that? Did you just describe a big chunk of crypto projects in general?
And then there's also, I mean, the big ones, which is kind of nuts, is everyone's, it's mobile first, and so you would think the Apple Store and the Google Store would be more pro crypto, and so I think that's the biggest barrier so far. So much stuff is being purchased through, all the apps are being purchased through the Play Store and the Apple Store and the Google Store, and you have to be pretty careful about how you talk about crypto, or you could still get blocked or banned, and it's just complicated. So I'd say that's the one area where it's not quite crypto friendly yet completely. You can't really crypto mine on each store, for example. You can't actually directly earn crypto in both stores. Actually, you can only earn points.
That's something that we've run into as well.
Yeah, so once the actual app stores get crypto friendly, then that's going to change a lot, I think, because just so much of the distribution channels are through those two stores in America and around the world.
Well, let's see how soon that can happen, because I feel like just the whole review. Okay, I guess maybe we can get into this a little bit later, but it's about the whole review process. Google Play is super easy to publish on, and I don't know if that's because they have a better understanding of the apps that we are we're building. I don't know if they just have maybe the rules are just more relaxed, but yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
You were saying if the app stores can adjust their policies and make this more accessible to everyone, we'll see if that happens. But
well, I have opinions about the App Store, but I guess I'm not supposed to share those on a public stream. What was it George Carlin said? Look up George Carlin. The words you're not allowed to say on the radio.
Yes.
Play that back. Put App Store afterwards.
Everything. That should cover the whole gamut of emotions. How you feel at the moment with Yeah, which is a great clip, guys. You should watch that, but don't watch it if you're sensitive. If you have sensitive ears, I don't mean like pain. I mean for colorful language. It's a very good one.
Oh, who cares?
But don't watch it around your
No one
kids.
else.
Oh, have you listened to it, Jesse? It's insane.
Is it?
All right, let's move along. So
Yeah.
speaking about crypto payments, now let's just go to a huge crypto event. Abu Dhabi Breakpoint starts next week, and
Yep.
your team is going to be there. Well, not everybody, but a lot of us. We're going to be there. Some of us are going a little bit early so we can enjoy the weekend in Abu Dhabi and set up. But we're really excited. Chris, you're going to arrive on Monday, I believe, or Tuesday?
I don't know. I'm arriving on Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday. Okay.
The day of the starting the day. Yeah.
The day of. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I've never been to Abu Dhabi. Been to Dubai a couple times for Breakpoint. But I'm very excited to see Abu Dhabi this time.
Yep.
Do they always go back and forth, or is it usually in Dubai? Has it traditionally been in Dubai and then they just changed it this year for some reason? Or is it back and forth throughout the year?
There's no back and forth. I think they just pick a new city every year so far.
Because it was in Singapore,
Dubai,
right?
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
The Dubai thing was the Dubai Blockchain Week, which I think is not particularly affiliated with Solana.
You're right.
Honestly, the Breakpoint conferences, they just started getting really good in the past few years. I mean, you couldn't even get, if you think about Solana, it really took off like when COVID hit and right before COVID, and then COVID hit. And so it's really after COVID that these conferences came back to life. So it's all pretty new. That's why the first one that they did was pretty great, and they just did a great job. So it's been, this is not like been going on for 10 years or something. It's pretty new. It just started happening after COVID, right? So
yeah. And they're big. I mean, and this one is going to be their biggest Breakpoint ever. They are taking over an entire arena. They have over 100 teams creating unique experiences across 8 zones. The zones will be Leg Day, Lock-In, Top Signal, Dev Cave, Touchgrass, Plaza, CTO, and Foyer. It's really here. I'll share the link. I'll share the tweet here from them. It looks like it's going to be great. One, Christopher, you got to go to CTO.
I was about to say, if anybody tries to make me go to Leg Day, I'm not coming.
Well, I bet you in this case, I bet you CTO in this case means community takeover, which means like more about
probably.
The section.
Oh, so Servaz. Right? Wait, what is
and probably meme coins. Community takeover usually means like when the community takes over a meme coin. That's what that usually.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not up to speed on CT slang, which I had to look up before. Like, what the hell is CT? Oh, crypto Twitter. Right? Crypto Twitter.
Yes.
By the way, guys, you should be calling it crypto Twitter. It's not Twitter.
Yeah.
It's CX, customer experience. Anyway, so I had so that's all the stuff that's going on. Okay, so not CTO as in technical.
Probably. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Chris would be the go in. He'd be like, well, "What's happening?" Like that clip of.
Don't worry. They're gonna weed us out at the door. I'm sure when you show up, they're gonna be like, "Quick, which do you prefer, Dijkstra's algorithm or hyperlog logs?" And if you don't say what, answering either way in the affirmative, it instantly scrubs you out. If you don't say what, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? I don't know what you're
just
talking
about.
Exactly, Jen. You're ready.
You have to say like what? Bonk? Are you talking about? Yeah.
Okay, so who's doing leg day?
Yeah, I mean, every day is leg day. There, just walk around all day long.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
But it's going to be exciting. So it's a whole week, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a bunch of events. Like we got invited to a founders frontier meeting with. I think the founders of Solana are going to be there, so that'd be cool to meet them and a bunch of other founders from Solana space. There is also a couple of AI marketing events, AI crypto marketing events on the Monday and Tuesday before the Breakpoint. So we're going to try to do as much as we can. There's going to be, let's see, 1, 2, I think 6 of us. So we can really kind of, spread out and do as much networking as possible. And And then I think there's a Web3 growth guild. We'll check that out. We're going to probably stick to Breakpoint as much as possible. There's a Dogecoin thing, so maybe just the meme coin ones are interesting because you can meet a lot of influencers and content producers. It's a good place to just network and see what people are interested in, and also just see what people are producing on TikTok and X, not just X, but also TikTok and other places like YouTube. So and see because the meme coin world, they're just all about content. So it's very interesting to see what the trends they're paying attention to. And there's a meme con meetup. So yeah, I think it should be pretty fun, and hopefully we can. And there's a lot of just events afterwards on rooftops here and there. That always happens, and that's gonna be pretty great too. So if you guys are in the chat and you guys want meet up, we are also setting up meetings. We are doing some demos of our Inside Stack product, the crawler API, the Rocket Verifier instant verification global seed product for agents to be able to instantly check their code and ship with confidence anytime you want, just with one click, with one command. These are demos that we haven't shown on the chat yet. I think next week at the Breakpoint we will. But if you guys want to see it live and see some of the things that we don't want to share publicly just yet, we would love to show you how it works in person. So we're going to set up a lot of meetings, meet some of our early pre-backers. Some of our early investors are going to be there. It'll be a great time to connect. Yeah, it'll be a great time to connect. So I think it's just going to be great.
Now, Jesse, that was a really good description of what we're building. You're just going to have to remember next week when you're telling people to just pause and put some commas in there so that people know what the different parts of it are, because that all just came out as one long string of words.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Inside stacks, comma. Rocket Verify, comma. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Crawler API, comma.
Just pretend you're narrating to your phone where you say, I don't know if you guys do this when I'm talking to the speech to text on my phone, I tell it comma where I want it to insert a comma. I don't rely on it to put one there. Once in a while, though, you'll get a message from me where it just writes the word comma. It goes comma, it puts a comma symbol, and then it writes the word comma, and then puts another comma symbol.
Yeah.
No, phone. No, that's not what I want.
Pause for laughter. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get in real big trouble if you don't have the comma at the right spot.
Yeah.
You get in huge trouble.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So at Solana Breakpoint 2025, we're going to be showcasing Maestro, the crawler and insight stacks, and then DePIN at scale. So all these things that Jesse and Christopher were just talking about, some stuff you may have seen, you will have seen here, like Maestro, some things you have not seen yet, that we just are, just showcasing in real life. So if you are there and you want to see it or you want to talk, please let us know and let's try to meet up.
Yep.
Very exciting to do. So lots of stuff to show off, lots of stuff to see, and lots of people to meet. We're really excited to go. And so, like I said, we're going to be there a couple days early. Half the team, the other half is going on the day of, and it's a whole week, guys. It's a whole week of amazing events and amazing things to see and people to meet. So if we didn't already do UAE would probably be the country of the week, but it is not, because the country of the week this week. Oh, am I skipping ahead of myself? I am, but that's okay. Country of the week this week is the Netherlands.
Ooh, nice.
Looks like a beautiful place. It's your week. And what this is, guys, if you're new here, is every week we highlight a new country and highlight our community in those countries. And if you are physically in that country during its week, you get double your earnings. And there's nothing you got to do except for keeping UpRock running in the background. And to do so, we highly recommend a couple of things to avoid disruption in your earning. That is, have a good internet connection. And turn on notifications. So if the app somehow stops running in the background, you get a notification to just reopen the app. And that's all you got to do. Just manually reopen the app. There's other ways you can boost that earning too, because it's double your earnings. So it would be very prudent of you to do rocket booster activities. And that could be anything from answering a survey, playing games. There's really actually not just anything. Those two things are really great. And there's no limit to it. You can do as many as you want. And that gives you a boost on your earn rate. And that boost can last, depending on what the reward is, can last anywhere from, 2 hours to 2 days. So Really recommend you guys do that, especially if you are in the country of the week, which is you, the Netherlands. So enjoy your 2x earnings. I believe this ends on, let's see, yes, it started on the 1st and it ends on December 8th.
Awesome. This is probably another country you've been to, right, Chris?
Christopher's been.
The Netherlands, God, so many times.
Yeah. Awesome.
I remember back previous company, we had a data center just outside of Amsterdam. Excuse me, just outside of Amsterdam. So I was over there.
Amsterdam's right there. Of course, you go there often. You still work with servers and our data centers in Amsterdam. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah. So So I haven't been there as much over the last couple of years because I just haven't been as directly involved with that stuff. But yeah, absolutely. So lots of times. What's interesting though is there's a lot more to the Netherlands than just Holland, the area around Amsterdam. And I drove through once or twice when I needed to get somewhere, or once I rode a train through to Germany.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty country. It's it's interesting. It's sort of different from. God, I'm going to piss off so many people. All right, I'm not going to say that sentence, but it's like different from Germany, but also has some of the same things that are good about Germany, even while being totally unique.
Is Amsterdam? There are actually many companies have their data centers or the servers running in Amsterdam. Do you know? Are some of the Solana validators also there?
I'm sure there are many there.
Right.
So Amsterdam became the same reason we have servers there. It became one of these logical points to be a major internet exchange point because a bunch of subsea cables land there, and a bunch of the networks that have terrestrial networks, aka fiber, around Europe, also have a presence there. And so what ends up happening is networks start connecting, and wherever lots of networks connect is a great place to build data centers. Plus, flat land, obviously. Good construction, lots of network bandwidth, and so it just became. And I think maybe historically also relatively inexpensive electricity. So all the things that make for a great spot for data centers. So yeah, it's a huge spot for data centers. We still have some servers there. Everybody does pretty much.
Yeah.
So
it's reliable there. Yep. Cool.
On top of that, they got great cheese.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it could get any better? They have really good cheese.
Yep. True.
Well, I would love to see it one day. I have some friends who moved to Amsterdam, and you know them, Christopher, over here up in Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
anyway,
it looks amazing seeing their stories.
Now, the one thing I will say about Amsterdam, I think all of the Netherlands, I think this is mostly an Amsterdam or Holland thing. Boy, you got to look both ways before you cross the bike path because they aren't joking. They will run you down. People make jokes about Americans with our big trucks, which is, fair. But in the Netherlands, they'll run you, but especially in Holland, in the Amsterdam area, they'll run you down with the Ford F-250 equivalent of a bicycle. It's some guy riding like a 6-meter long cargo bicycle with a refrigerator in the front of it going 22 miles an hour on nothing but pedal power. And you're like, number one, mad props for moving that fast. And number two, if that guy hits me, I'm going to be a burrito.
Yeah. So they could do leg day at Abu Dhabi.
They can for sure do. They can for sure do leg day.
So wait, okay, I'm a little confused here. So you said Amsterdam, Holland. So is Holland the name of the area where the city is?
All right, Dutch people in the comments. Dutch people in the comments, correct me. Holland refers to a couple of provinces around the Amsterdam area, and the Netherlands is the country as a whole, which has many more provinces. So it's like somebody, I don't know, in the US, it's like somebody referring to the South and somebody else asking, so wait, does the South refer to all of America? But no, it just refers to that one area, but it's more than one single province. So it's not like.
Gotcha.
It's a regional descriptor.
I see. All right. Well, I guess it's an opportunity for me to learn more about the country of the week. So I shall look that up myself. Curiosity's got this cat. All right. Let's go back before we go into product updates, here was a fun prompt that the team put out on X, and it said, if you could teach your AI agent any one new skill this week, what would it be? And to drop your answers below, the intern will forward everything to the team.
Wait, who's the
Okay.
intern?
Oh, wait, hang on
We
real
don't
quick.
have money for
Countdown's
that.
here. Heyo. What's up?
Hello.
Okay, so what would be your what would be the skill you would teach your AI agent?
Stop using M dashes.
Find a way to pack my bags. Tell me exactly what I need to wear for 2 different climates in clothes that fit me, because it's wintertime and we're insulating. And how I should pair my clothes for a trip, for a work trip, and a conference, and working with my team, 2 different temperate climates.
I mean, I'll tell you in a nutshell. This is so easy for me. If I could teach my AI agent one thing, it would be the ability to go and run goddamn errands for me. Whenever you're about to leave on a trip, you realize there's a few things you have to do. I need to take my sport coat to the dry cleaners, and need to pick up this, and I need to do that, and my passport's expired, I need to run down and renew it, and all that kind of stuff. All those things take so much goddamn time. I realize that what I'm describing is just an assistant a la The Devil Wears Prada, but that's what I want my AI agent to do, because all that shit takes up so much goddamn time. I just don't want to deal with that. I just don't want to.
Don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I would. Who were we talking to about this earlier? I was talking to somebody about this earlier, about automating a lot of our lives. I'm going off on a tangent here, by the way, but automating a lot of our lives, and wanting to automate things like getting groceries, or just doing your daily tasks. But some of these things are very, it's very useful for us to learn how to do these things. Making your bed every morning, with first thing you do when you wake up, gives you a sense of accomplishment. As soon as you woke up, you finished one task, and so it helps. It kind of becomes a snowball effect. I got thinking about this because I read this thread on X, and it was talking about the differences between video games from the 90s and video games today. Whereas in the 90s, they were like more platform sideswiper games. When you die, you die. Yeah, it makes it a lot of delayed reward. And then now the games are just never ending. You instantly get rewarded all the time. And so there was lessons that were to be taught, that you learned in the games of the 90s, that you're not getting today with a lot of these, quick games. And so it made me think about, if we can automate a lot of our lives with AI, how will that change? What things are we going to be losing from that?
Well, I mean, you're always losing something, but I guess there's 2 points of view on this. One is, I've thankfully, knock on wood, never had to go through smallpox and cholera, and I don't feel like I missed out on those, even though I didn't experience them myself. But on the other hand, I'm into all kinds of things. I get nerd sniped really easily. I made my own bread, and made my own wine and beer, and I mean, all kinds of things. And yet, I talk to Jesse about this all the time. Actually, when we're designing product, I give the great example as my toothbrush, right? Like, I have a 3D printer. I can 3D print my own toothbrush if I want to, and yet I never have, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, because I can go buy a mass-produced toothbrush for pennies, and it's great, and I can just get it, and I'm done with it. And even though I can create that thing myself, and I do the thing is, I do love creating things. I do love making things, and there's lots of things I make. But I think you sort of have to draw the line somewhere where it's like, I don't know. Maybe AI assistants can be like old video games where you could only use the fast travel to an area once you'd finished exploring the area. So like if you want to go back, so you can't have your AI assistant go pick up your dry cleaning for you unless you've already picked up your dry cleaning yourself at least once, so that you prove you know how to do it.
Yeah, because like what I'm talking about is not necessarily, completing. It's not really about the completing a task or doing. It's more about like the unseen things that you learn from doing things repetitively yourself, without instant gratification. These invisible lessons that you learn from that, or habits that you pick up from that, little strengths in the fibers of your muscle of character. So I'm wondering how that's more what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jesse.
No, it's all good. Well, on that note, I think it'd be great to have it'd be like a, whether it's like Google, like a glasses, or someone just maybe it's a earpiece, but yeah, if you want to automate like a personal assistant that can like basically help you like a sim character, like you want to increase your charisma or increase or whatever. And so it can automate, like it knows the perfect background music to turn on when you walk into every room with your theme song, or like or if it sees as someone's face and it can kind of say the perfect joke, or like, I bet you that person's gonna like this. Or a third one would be to make the most epic excuses that it bends space and time to get out of Monday meetings. It just knows how to do it perfectly. That'd be great.
You're just basically describing AI that turns everyone into Patrick Bateman.
You know, just really help you out.
American Psycho. That's just what we're all going to be. Like, just
yeah, just really explains the best reasons why 9 a.m. morning meetings just don't matter.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could teach you how to interact with people, which would kind of be like the personality equivalent of everybody getting the same face with plastic surgery. But anyway,
this conversation is turning very dystopian.
It is, isn't it? I think it's because it's dark out and I don't want to pack, and I'm really pissed off that I don't have an agent to tell me what to pack. But that's my answer. That's what I would do. I would have.
I am so proud of you, because, as you know, my long-term philosophy has been you should never pack until the day of a trip, even if your flight's at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Because if you pack in advance, you're just going to overthink it, and you're going to have whatever. If you pack under pressure, as obviously you have to make sure your documents are in order and stuff like that. But as long if you pack under pressure, you're gonna get that, like, you know, first idea is best idea. You're gonna know exactly what to grab out of the closet. It's gonna go, and then you haven't wasted a bunch of time packing. Needless to say, my wife and 2 young children completely disagree with me on that. But
yeah, that's because she packs it for you, everything that you missed.
Whoa.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
I completely resent how accurate that statement is.
I resemble that remark. Yeah, but you know, Christopher, I tried employing your method, and I always end up very cold because I never have a jacket, I never have a sweater, or I'm too hot.
Well, you should have the fire of ambition and drive burning inside you to keep you warm, and whiskey.
Is that what we're calling Pat Van Winkle?
Yeah. The fire of ambition.
The fire. You know, that's actually a really cool name. That would be a really cool, I don't know, drink.
It's a good whiskey name. Jesse, would you drink the fire? Yeah, he would.
But with the
yes, I would.
With enough of it though, it's just it's the what would be the opposite? Because there's definitely no ambition happening if you have too much. After a while, right? It's like this drink where at the label, once you see the label on the inside, and once you get past it, it changes the name, you know?
That would be funny.
Something like, I don't know. I always like the word perdition, but I don't really know what that means. Yes, there we go. The fire of ambition, and the tumbler of perdition, or something, the bottle of perdition.
That works.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, guys, yeah, let us know what you got. The intern, everybody has an intern. We'll follow forward everything to the team. But let's see, we have some fun ones. Let me just share my screen real quick and see what we got here. If you could share your AI. Here we go. What do we have right here? Excuse my ads. I have not paid. I paid the $8 thing. I thought that the $8 thing was supposed to get rid of some of the ads, but I was wrong. Anyway, Sasha says here, follow my portfolio, check news on its development, live proposals, give advice based on data. Drew, make me money, crypto for me on autopilot. Jesse, you say this stuff all the time. Huge flaw for humans is that we don't remember very well. And so Skyline says, honestly, better memory call would save everybody so much pain.
That is our number one flaw. I don't know what's going to happen when we all get linked up like the Borg, or whether it's Neuralink or something. If you think about every single fight that we have on an epic scale with different tribes or different people, or it all comes down to memory. You forget something, you memory hole something, you gaslight someone, or you just forget things, or you emphasize one part of history because you're not aware of another part of history, and we're all different facts. So imagine if we're all tapped into the same thing. There's no such thing as forgetting ever again. What would you actually argue about? Probably which version of the it'll be all about stories, but you could never say, you never have to have this part of the argument. Well, what about that? Or what about this? Or do you remember that? You don't have to ever say that ever again. We just all know. But if you think about a lot of fights, you just cannot hold on to that many stories at once. So you tend to hold on to stories that only you care about, and your brain just can't handle more than that, right? So if you can handle it and hold them all in your head, just like AI can, I don't know how that's going to change. Where we all just become Borg and understand, like, we all come to the same conclusions on every bit of thing, or probably not, but at least the memory thing won't be the actual cause of the fight.
Chris, what do you think of that?
I think Jesse forgets that I'm always right, so it doesn't really matter.
I will never forget if AI told me. Remember, AI would be like, "Chris has won 9 out of 10 fights." No.
I don't think that it would be.
This one's a little raw for me, because when Jesse and I argue, his accusation to me is usually that I'm not remembering things right, and my answer is usually not printable. So anyway,
yeah,
it's a good point. It's a good point. It's food for thought.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I could see that, but I also think that if you can remember everything, then you can remember pain, and you can remember, and forgiveness will be harder to come by. Thinking about when I was a little kid, I hurt my finger really bad. I stuck a straight razor right through it by accident, obviously, and I could still see the scar. And still to this day, if I need to know right or left, I'm always touching my finger so I could feel the bump. So I have the remnants of what happened, but I don't remember the pain. And I think that is a blessing. To not have full memory can also be a blessing. So I can see both ways. I don't know. Anyway, so some of these, these are really fun ones. Curious, you might, guys, if you are thinking about building something, you might get some good ideas in here. So go check that out and let us know what you think. What you'd like to teach your agent this week. Let's move on to some product updates, shall we?
Sounds good.
All right. Let's start off with what do we want to start off with? This is the desktop apps. Do we have a desktop? We had a desktop release, right? Was that last week or this week?
We did.
We had both.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, this week's has not yet gone out. We didn't find any problems in it. We just sort of didn't get it out today, to be honest. But it's going to get. It's actually the perfect reminder to go poke a few people. I think, as you can probably hear in my voice, I think the autumn man flu has kind of swept across this part of the world, because we have several people who have gotten sick this week, and I think we just kind of low-key ran out of steam a little bit on desktop release this week, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get it done. So we got a release last week, and we got another release this week.
Wonderful. All right, and on the update on the magic receipts, we've still been working through this. Reka and Elena have a new build for us to test. They sent it over early this morning on our side. Jesse, I know you tested. I haven't gotten a chance to yet, but we're still having some of the receipts are not getting rewarded, even though we see it on the back end. So we're still working through that. But we are, that's got to get some more testing in. So after the call, I have a bunch of receipts, guys, by the way. Elena, Reka, you'll be happy to know. Mommy went shopping, so I have a lot of receipts to test with. You know, because it's Black Friday, so I did go shopping. The
more you spend, the more you save,
Exactly. Every time I buy something at the register, I'm like, it's okay, I'm doing this for the team.
That's right.
Doing it for the team.
That's right.
I need these pants. The team needs me to test. So you're welcome.
Nice. Guys. Yeah. We'll test. It's so close. The UI works great. Everything's good. Except when any receipts, they're not showing up when you do it. But it's receiving the photo. It's successfully doing all that. You see in the back end that it actually got accepted, got rewarded. It's just not for some reason. Anyway, we're really close. So we were hoping to get it out today, but the test that we did this morning didn't work. So we're going through the fixes today, and hopefully, by this evening. So
yeah, we just need, as Spaceman said, we just need their any receipt offer to accept any receipt. Well, it's in the name, guys. Why is it not accepting these any receipts? But anyway, we'll figure that out with them. And also, might as well just do, I think we're already working on the fuller integration anyway with the clipping and all that stuff. But we're hoping to get this MVP. It turned out to not be the MVP, not minimal as in not as in minimal viable, but most many varied problems. That's what the MVP means.
It works in many varied problems. Yeah, anytime you're dealing with taking pictures and submitting them in ML and all that stuff, it gets tricky. But we'll get it out.
Yes. In the meantime, we're still getting the logs. So if you are submitting something, we are still seeing it. So it's not like it's going somewhere in the ether. So that is for Android. Let's talk about iOS. I don't have a slide for it. So what do we got?
So
iOS,
we submitted our response back. The funny thing is we can't say too much. We say just the basics. The funny thing is when you do I don't know what are we promising the call, Chris?
I'll say this. So the problem with Apple is there's no accountability. It's like the worst version of an Orwellian nightmare where you're prejudged to be guilty because somebody got the wrong idea about your app, and like literally they say it's doing stuff that is impossible, absolutely impossible. And it's not like impossible, like, oh, maybe we're being sneaky about it. Just like apply some critical thinking. It's obviously not doing that. You can tell just, just no. But the challenge is, unfortunately, there's no appeal process. I mean, there sort of is, but it's useless. And you just have to sit there and keep at it. And it's just, if boy, I'm about to sound like a flaming populist for the moment here. But if any goddamn company needs to have some antitrust thrown at it, it's Apple and the App Store. If there is any kind of a, Epic Games was really right about this. I know there's some contention about that, and I can't believe they lost that goddamn case by and large. But the App Store and the Play Store need to be divorced from Google and Apple, because the fact that those two mega corporations that make the devices also have control over the stores just means there is no accountability. There is no, you're just kind of stuck. You're just kind of stuck in this Orwellian difficult process. We've been there before. We'll get through this one again, because the concern whenever they have an objection is like, oh, maybe they've really changed their terms and like something that we're doing we can't do anymore. But no, they think it's just anyway.
The problem is you also get into the hands of like different review teams, it seems like. So you have explained it to the previous team, and now you got a new one, and you have to do it all over again. It's a whole rigmarole.
Yep. So anyway, we almost 250 in a few months, 6 months, 250 years ago, we went to a war over the right to a speedy trial, and that's something you don't have at the App Store. So that's where that is. It continues along at its merry pace. We obviously are on top of it, and
I think we submitted a pretty good response. So I'm actually very curious to see how they reply back.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, this I can say. The other thing about it that's absolutely infuriating to me is they'll say, okay, here's the reason why we didn't approve the update, right? And then you have to respond to that. But they only give you a tiny number of characters to respond. So what they'll do is they'll link all the without explaining why. They'll link to a section of their policies that's maybe 1,000 words long, just that one section. So you read it, and you write a clearly written explanation about why literally none of those has anything to do with the app. And you just carefully write bullet points explaining why this doesn't apply, why the app doesn't do that, why the app doesn't do that, why the app doesn't do that, why this doesn't apply. And then when you go to paste it in, it's way over the limit. And so you end up having to just compress it down and compress it down and compress it down until it just loses some of its oomph. Because so they both they link you to something incredibly vague and lengthy, but then you're not allowed very many characters to respond, and they'll get to it when they feel like it. So anyway,
that's
That is the daily grind of being an Apple developer.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not fun sometimes. But well,
Jesse is like my rage counselor on this. I'm like, I'm gonna tell him what I really think. I'm gonna tell him. And Jesse's like, cool. Now you got that out of your system. You ready to write? I'm like, yeah. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be fun. Who knows what's gonna happen? This happened this time last year too. So maybe like how in retail stores at the end of the year they have temps that work to pick up the volume, help with the volume. Maybe that's the same thing with the review team. They in the holiday season they have temps that come in, and
I actually have a different theory on this.
Yeah.
It's almost end of the year, which means it's almost review time, which means anybody who's on one of the app safety teams is trying to put together a list of all the app safetying they did at the end of the year, especially people who've been coasting all year. So they're looking for anything they can find to do the list of like, oh, hey, I personally protected the App Store from 700 malicious apps. By malicious apps, we mean essentially just walking down the street and kneecapping random people and being like, malicious app.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I wonder. It's kind of like the cops at the end, the cops at the end of the month. They need to hit a quota. Even though they say there is no quota, there's a quota. There is no quota.
So it really wouldn't surprise me if there's either a quota or just people who are trying to inflate their stats at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Try to get that end of the year bonus. Well, shoot. Okay. Well, our job is to help them not get that bonus because we are not a malicious app.
Well, no, our job is to help the whole company continue to succeed by building great apps that they can distribute.
Exactly.
So that's the problem with this kind of tragedy of the commons, or it's not really tragedy of the commons, but this microcosm type thinking is, okay, great, you ban an app that a bunch of people like from your platform. If they keep at it consistently, what do? We talk about how awful it is. Some of the people who listen to us next time they're buying a phone go, maybe I'll get the Android instead. That's the real cost of this kind of BS.
I know. I mean, I was always an Android gal. And then 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I got myself my first iThing. I got an iPhone, and I've been on the iPhone since. But it's nice to have. I like how it connects with everything. I like iMessage too. I mean, messages. That's really nice. That's all a messenger, not just SMS or MMS.
Yeah. Well, you do have a secret.
Really, that's the only reason why I like it. The camera's okay. I don't even take pictures. So maybe it's time I go back to the green side.
You do got the Seeker, which you use for testing.
I do love the Seeker. I do have the Seeker, but I'm not taking that with me anywhere. That one stays home. She stays in her comfortable bed, away from everybody. She's an introvert. She doesn't like to connect to anybody. She doesn't want to a friend.
This was the problem I had with the Saga.
Yeah.
Was the Saga was hard enough to get, and then once it was gotten, it had so much stuff on it that I was like, I really don't want to just walk around with this phone. I just
definitely
left it in a safe space, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. That's the problem with having something where it's sort of so nice or so expensive or so valuable that you feel like that's part of the reason I never wear a watch. I'm notoriously cheap, but I feel like if I ever had a nice watch, I would never wear it because I would worry about losing it or scratching it or something like that.
Or it's just getting robbed. It's advertising. I have friends who have $10,000 watches, and sometimes I'm just like, you just tell everybody, I got $10,000 right here. Be a little worried.
Yeah.
Or scratching it.
By the way, for the Seeker,
that's how I feel about your Saga and my Seeker are both cold and introverted babies that don't want to go outside. I feel it.
By the way,
that's almost important stuff on there too. Not only is it a nice phone and expensive and hard to get, but there's also a lot of important stuff that I do not want compromised. So,
well, the Seeker has they're actually coming out with a token next year, early next year, I think January even. So we already pinged the Solana mobile team. They're gonna be there. We've been wanting to do something with them, UpRock community. We are a mobile first community, and we did launch the most submissions for Super Team earn on their platform. So I think we can do a really cool campaign for the seeker, and help promote adoption of dApps and a blockchain phone. And so if we can come up with something cool with them, maybe we can get our community to earn not just UpRock tokens, but some seeker tokens.
Yeah,
So
we did.
we're gonna see about that. We're gonna pitch it to them and see what they think. I bet you everyone's pitching that to them. But we are a pretty large community. We're mobile first, right like we hit all the right spots, and it's I think the overlap's strong. And a large part of our community is Android, and I bet you guys also, some of you in the chat, have actually a seeker phone like we do. So I think we could actually come up with something cool where that benefits everybody. So yeah, we're gonna find them at the show and talk to them about that. So see how that goes.
We did say a couple months ago we wanted to do something special for people who have the seeker.
Yeah.
So and that was still in the works. We haven't done that yet, but maybe it could be this.
Yep.
If not, if there's no collaboration going to happen, then we still could do our own thing. But that would be nice to make it a collaboration instead of just Yeah.
But meeting people in person helps. It always helps when you meet in person to just actually get a deal done. So we'll definitely bring it up.
This happened.
Yep.
Well, you guys are, especially the two of you, Chris and Jesse, you guys are so good when you do the meetings in person together. You guys are, because, when we do, meet with potential buyers, pre-buyers, backers, it's Jesse, you do a lot of it, but then when it comes time for to bring in the extra muscle, you Chris, you join him too, and you guys are so good at that. So I feel like any meeting with the two of you guys, you want to make something happen, you're gonna make it happen. So
yeah,
no promises, but I'm to everyone listening, but I think that you guys can make this happen.
Yeah, well, actually, all three of us in a room really actually nails it. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, but Jess, you and I have a good cop, bad cop that we've been working on for
decades. It goes back and forth, but yeah.
Yeah, and
good cop,
I have
worst
to be,
cop, worst cop.
Guys, they do this. They do good cop, bad cop, or bad cop, worst cop, like Chris just said, and then I have to be the separate the cops. That's how I fit in. And I have weak muscles. It's kind of hard to separate these two sometimes. They're like two Rottweilers at sometimes.
I mean, I think that's just men in general.
Just men in general. Yes, it is true. It does help. Yeah, I have to be the referee. It is true. Technically, I do have to sometimes do this in my own womanly ways. Well, Jesse, Christopher did have some really good points, and I think you need to listen. Christopher, are you reacting to what you think he said or what he really said? And then me on my own, I need a drink. These men are driving me crazy.
The thing is, I'm not reacting to what I think he said or what he actually said. I'm reacting to what he's going to say next.
What he's going to say next.
Yeah.
Got to get in front of it.
That was pretty spot on.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of, actually, I have no segue for this. I was
next product update, right?
Yeah.
Are we done with update? Because I wanted to mention some crawler stuff real quick.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah, actually, I want to ask you about crawler real quick though. Tech Kelly, as we're here, who's taller in real life? You guys are. I think you guys are almost the same height. I'm the tallest. I am 6'7". Surely you believe me, but.
Yeah, in every picture you see of us, Jen is just standing way off in the background. That's
yeah. We used to have you
camera trick.
Yeah.
No, I think you guys are the same height, or maybe Chris, you're taller. You're 6. Jesse, you're 6 feet. Chris, 6'2". Okay, so Chris is taller.
Chris taller. Yeah, I'm about 6. If I have a bigger hair.
But Jesse has more hair than I do. So
you're 6'2"
I think
with your hair.
When you see us standing side by side,
yeah, I'm 6'2" now.
He's about
definitely 6'2" now.
Well, no need to get your guys' legs broken. You guys are already over the 6 foot mark, so I guess you're fine.
Yeah.
I am
somebody meanwhile is watching these streams going, likes to drink this. How tall? How heavy? Eye color? Like they're gonna build a complete what is it? KY knowledge based KBQ or whatever, knowledge based questionnaire, KBI, knowledge based identity.
Yeah,
You know, that whole
they
thing where
are.
questions.
They already know all the countries that you've been to, Christopher, because every week we ask if you've been to a country.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Oh my God. We secretly made the ultimate identity theft for our own identities.
Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what? I was lying about everything. Everything in the past, everything I said about myself. This is not even my real hair color. I'm a natural brunette. I'm a natural redhead. I'm 100%. I'm 100% Irish and also 50% Mongolian. See, now you don't know anything. I'm 150 something.
I heard an interesting stat about Mongolia. Not a stat,
Hmm.
an interesting fact. I so hope it's true. I'm not even going to Google it because I want it to be true. Chat, you guys can Google this and tell me that it's wrong. Somebody told me that an enterprising entrepreneur finally opened a Mongolian barbecue restaurant in Ulaanbaatar. Because you know, Mongolian barbecue is not from Mongolia; it's a Taiwanese thing.
Oh wait, is it?
Yeah. Mongolian barbecue isn't from
Oh.
Mongolia at all; it's a Taiwanese thing. That's why it's kind of like lo mein.
Oh.
And there was always this thing like there's no Mongolian barbecue in Mongolia. Apparently, somebody opened a Mongolian barbecue restaurant in Ulaanbaatar, so there is now Mongolian barbecue in Mongolia. Allegedly.
I wonder how they like it.
I have no idea. It's probably entirely peopled by people like me who would fly to Mongolia just to eat at a Mongolian barbecue restaurant.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that it was a Taiwanese origin because isn't it the same with is it General Tso's chicken? It's also started in Taiwan.
I think so, yeah.
Or is it General Tso's or maybe it's a different one?
Yeah, I think that's one too.
Yeah, so Taiwan's got they make some interesting dishes.
Good branding names.
100%.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to Crawler. Jesse, I'm going to move you real quick because I keep hearing a recall. And let's go on to Christopher. Going to talk about Crawler.
Oh, I'm on mute now. Well, so I'm happy to announce that along with all of our recent, desktop updates, desktop users have the latest version of Crawler out. Also, we completed the rollout of the new power improvements. For the Android crawler, iOS, there was nothing to do because those particular things that we improved just aren't on iOS at all. And we are super working. I think we are about to have our first big major. I want everybody who's got a piece of wood to go ahead and knock on it, because I think we're in the final stretches with our first really big crawler customer who's actually going to turn on and go live. We've talked to several companies that have done some stuff but haven't really gone through, but I think somebody's finally going to go live big time, in addition to some of the smaller time stuff we've been doing. So that's super exciting for me and for the community. And then I think the rest of the crawler stuff is more show and tell, which we'll do next week because we want to save that for next week. But suffice it to say, the team's really been firing on all cylinders. We've got some great stuff we're working on, lots of big pieces coming out. And so lots of work there. New releases. There's pieces of crawler stuff shipping in every release. It's been interesting, Jesse. I'd be interested to get your take on this, but I feel like over the past, since kind of the latter end of the summer, maybe end of August or mid-August or something like that, I feel like we kind of shuffled around who was working on each part of the crawler a little bit, and I feel like we really started hitting the groove on that, the same way we had been on some of the mobile products, where you just have exactly the right person working on exactly the right piece of it, and they're just cranking really hard.
I agree. I also think we got to a good place where we're not working on features that we know won't matter. That was kind of hard to figure out. Like, especially when you're used to building for a startup, you have to kind of like still see the silver lining in things. So your mind tends to be more creative or open to new ideas. That's a danger sometimes too. So you can see a lot, and then you see the narrative in crypto changes a lot, and that can distract you, and a lot of things in AI can distract you. So, but we really figured out, okay, what is our what is our experience good at? What are we moving fast on? Maestro was like a good emphasis. Actually, Maestro was a good kind of like showing of how we're thinking differently about how we build products, based different than the past. And I really feel like we're really honing in on exactly where we can make something that's not just 10x but 100x better than what's been done before. with this whole world of like, how do you get the knowledge you need built for AI internet. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. We talked about Insight Stacks. The month of December is to actually launch an MVP version of that. We haven't even explained fully yet how it looks, but I think that's just going to be a huge step improvement compared to how everyone's doing it today. It's going to democratize access to expert level enterprise grade crawling for everybody, for every prosumer out there, in a way that's never been done before. And it's why it's taking so long to get right. So that product is awesome. And on the same rails, we have the very honed in version of Prism Monitor. I think is going to be also really great to show in next week, or which is, you know, the instant verification tool. We actually posted about this on X, but when you have this huge network that can instantly verify your code, it actually works in production with a command, with one link, with one click. That's really powerful because every single, whether it's Replete or Lovable or Netlify, or I mean, every single LLM out there that's building code, they make it so fast to prototype and build it, but the verification side is just not there. A lot of the browsers, if you tried the Atlas browser, and I think the Anywhere browser, anything LLM, anything LLM has their own. It's kind of like Claude Code and Atlas and all of them. We can build prototypes, like kind of like Lovable as well, but they have a built-in browser, so the agent can actually test the app that you built through vibe coding, and it can actually click on things and make sure it works. But it does that locally in its own kind of browser. And again, it's like a local browser. Atlas does the same thing. You can install an extension, and as you're co-building your app with Atlas, with the Atlas IDE, it actually has a browser. It actually, with the Chrome browser, will take pictures of what you're working on. So instead of you having to copy paste a picture and then loading it in and say, hey, look, what you just built looks crap, or the text is wrong, or things are outside of a div or whatever, it just can do that automatically and change things because it has connection to the browser. But again, that's kind of local setting. Once you deploy, you also want to be able to test on real devices how it actually looks on desktop and mobile. And so you can ship with confidence, and the AI can actually check to see how it looks on real devices and then make those changes quickly. And so we're building in a way where it can fit into that workflow very easily through MCP and APIs. But that's what we're talking about. Like, everything needs to be built in a way that is actually we're really building it for AI agents, or people who are using AI agents to build collab with them, which is why Maestro kind of came out too.
That's why
yeah.
And that reminds me, anybody who's using Maestro, which is I know there are some people who are not part of our team, but who are from the community. A couple people have given us some feedback on Maestro. Somebody even was kind enough to open up a ticket with a specific issue. So thank you very much for that. There's a new Maestro release going to come out. Since that's just a tool we're using, we've already, a couple of the guys on the team also found some other problems with it after we did the big first public release, just little bugs. But we're going to have probably, when I get around to it, maybe on the plane or something, I'll go ahead and cut a new public release of Maestro with all of the improvements we've had over the last couple of weeks. So lots of little quality of life things. So anybody who's using Maestro, you got a new version coming in sooner or later.
Yeah. And we built a Slack app. So next week, I think we'll show it to you guys. It is so simple and beautiful and elegant, and just works great. And you'll see it when we show it to you. Like, it's just, if anyone who's building with the team on Slack, you'll instantly get it. It's like, oh, this is I love, like, because I know we adopt software tools when they're just simple and just work and solve a problem. That saves hours of time. It takes only 10 seconds. That's what we've built, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. So I think a lot of other people feel that way. So pretty excited about it. And then, like I said, bigger picture Insight Stacks. It's going to democratize access to superior crawling, superhuman crawling for anybody without having to know code. So yeah, man. So we're going to show those off. If you're in town in Breakpoint, you'll see it live for the first time. We have shown you hints and clues of it and little demos here and there, but those are all kind of how it works in the back end. We need to show people how it's actually going to appear to everybody. So that's what we're going to show off at Breakpoint.
Yes, it will be great.
Yep.
Oh, very excited. I haven't heard anybody yet in the chat say if they're going to be there. Maybe you guys are being shy. Maybe you're saying in Discord, I haven't seen it. Oh my God, I totally forgot. We tried to do a Q&A at the end, and I totally forgot to check Discord. I'm sorry, guys. My head is My head is where my head is in my suitcase right now. Let me go check Discord real quick to see if there's anything there. And we do have one. We have, oh, okay. Christopher, Spaceman says buyback wallet is not working again. This was December 4th, today, 8 minutes after our live stream. So we got to check that out.
Oh, you know what? We had a problem with one of our RPCAs earlier, and I thought I bet. Thank you, as always, for the heads up on that. And I bet it's that same damn RPC that went down.
You know what? Spaceman's our uptime monitor. He could be like a Spaceman uptime, RPC uptime. All right, Spaceman, thank you for letting us know. Christopher's on it. But yeah, that just Christopher, he just told us about that. Like we had already started the live stream, so yeah, if you missed it there. Okay, we got here from Sasho. Let me just bring this up.
Okay.
Is this the right one? Okay, so dear Sasho, Sasho says that we could do his next week. Unless I mean, I can do it now. It's right here. Right? I haven't read it yet. Okay. Hey amigos, I'm planning to do an article with a friend where I touch transparency in tokenomics and how I think it should be as of times of billions of tokens for fees and governance are over. I would like to include UpRock tokenomics as a prime example too. Oh, thank you, Sasha. One thing I am not 100% sure in the tokenomics chart is what are miners? Is that us that provide bandwidth? Yes. Does 40% of buyback go towards miners and 60% goes towards LP? What is the amount of community pool and treasury at the beginning and what is it now? Can this be tracked? Yeah, we can certainly go over this in more detail with you either now or also in chat. But Christopher, you're on silent.
Oh, sorry. The short answer to all these questions is yes, miners is peeps. And we say minimum of 40% goes towards buyback. So we've sometimes done more, in particular when the amount of LP is significantly exceeding the amount of like trading out there, then we just put more of it towards buybacks because it doesn't make sense to beef up the LP at that point. We still put some in usually, but yeah, minimum 40%. And as for the community pool, treasury, all of that, those exist in standalone wallets that you can see on the blockchain, and somebody on Discord can probably help point you to specific wallet addresses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, great. So and also, if you have more questions, Sasha, reach out, and if you want a direct quote, we can always provide you direct quotes. Those are always nice to have in articles. Thank you so much for including us in your transparency and tokenomics article. Very cool. And you are much appreciated too, our friend. And yeah, calling folks miners, it's hard. I saw somebody in the chat earlier ask about miners, and it is kind of a hard, because I don't feel like miners is the right word, because you're contributing in your unused compute. I like contributors more, because for me, miner just makes me think of, Bitcoin.
I agree. I don't know if you remember why we used the word miners, because I do remember. I don't know if you remember, this was actually I don't know if you were actually had a strong opinion in this discussion, but several of us had a very strong opinion about calling them miners versus other things. But the reason we ended up going with it, so I don't love the word miners, because what we're offering is not sort of analogous to typical mining. We have to go buy special hardware potentially, and it's hugely power consumptive and all that kind of thing. But the reason we use the word miners specifically in our tokenomics documents is because that's the same term everybody else used.
Yes.
And so the consensus of the team finally was that if we didn't call them miners, it would be too hard to, because everybody, when we initially showed that to some people outside of the team for feedback, when it didn't have the word miners, the exact question we got from everybody is, well, what do the miners get? And so that's specifically why I mean, I agree with you, Jen. I like the words contributors. I like the words what do you say? Providers, something like that. We could use different words. The reason we use miners is essentially because that's what is so common in the crypto space. And so sometimes, sometimes even if the common noun is not the best one or the most descriptive, you still need to use it because everybody knows what it is. And if you don't use it, then people go, okay, but what do the miners get? And you go, well, we don't have miners. And they go, blah, blah, blah. So you end up instead of being able to talk to them about the main thing you want to talk about, which is your tokenomics, you end up just having this entire side discussion about like the meaning of words. And so that is specifically why we ended up going with the word miners but we really only use that in the tokenomics stocks, just to make it really clear and to make it easy. And you know, it's interesting, when we first wrote this, I don't think we were thinking about it so much in terms of AI, but I think this is a classic example now, especially where a lot of times people might ask an AI, for instance, to compare, say, UpRock to something else. If we use the same word that other projects are using, then the AI is going to have a much easier time matching up those two concepts. So that's, you know, so picking the right nouns can be important, because even if they're not your preferred noun, so to speak, you still need to use the one that everybody already understands, because everybody already understands it. So you're meeting them at their level of understanding.
Yes. Yeah. I like contributors is good too. It's just too long. Miners is a nice short word. If any guys have suggestions on what we could do, because I think now could be a good time to start changing it. But yeah, like Christopher said, we only really use miners in the tokenomics. Everything else is like contributing to the network or for contributing, because you're not mining. So anyway, we'll go with the word.
I mean, or you are. I mean, Drew does make a good point, and this was kind of the counter argument, is that you know, because of the way that, say, early Bitcoin and Ethereum worked, people think of mining as being super power hungry, but one could also say mining is just using a device and an algorithm, right? So yes, Drew, that's, I think, the strongest form of that counter argument, or close to it, which is, you know, mining covers earning tokens from a network, so it doesn't necessarily have to be, anyway. But that's a long answer to the question, why do we call them miners in the tokenomics? Because then everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yes. Yep. Well, thank you, Sasha. We have well thought out tokenomics from Sasha's opinion. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, again, if you need anything else for the article, please let us know. If you want a direct quote, please let us know. We're happy to provide. I love it. I love writing articles. It's just people writing and researching again, instead of just asking ChatGPT to like make something. It's like bring back the writers. Love it. Researchers, love it. All right, guys, let's move on. We are going to wrap this up shortly, but before I do, I always like to give the update. The pioneers, there is, Jesse, I'm muting you again. Sorry. There is the challenges every week with the posse. Walk with the posse, earn some. You can stake some token and earn some, or just do it for fun. Do it for the culture. And yeah, join the DePioneers group on Moonwalk. There's a bunch of us. I'm there. Jesse's there. I think Chris is there. Sasha, Drew, I think you're on there. Spaceman, a bunch of people. We're all there. Tim, Rob, Marengo, come join us. I'm sorry if I missed your name, guys. There's a lot of us there. But come join us, and we just do weekly challenges. Just try to walk a lot. You can up your stakes by staking some token too, and you get a reward for meeting your goals. Speaking of friends,
I'm walking.
You're walking right now. Oh, Jesse, you got one of those.
I got one of those walking things.
Nice.
So,
here's the thing, Jesse. You have to make sure you have your phone like somewhere near your legs, because how are you tracking your steps? Because is that thing?
No, I have phone on me, but yeah, I do need to like always keep it on me.
Your leg, on your persons.
Because my actual walking, if you look at the actual stats, it's pretty abysmal. I'm on my computer all the time, and then sometimes gym. But
yeah,
look at that, huh?
Good job. I'm gonna try that myself too. I'm gonna get a lot of steps in Abu Dhabi. Maybe actually, it's hot, so we'll see. Speaking of friends on Moonwalk, Spaceman, why you no accept my friend request? You're only friends with Tim, and I find that really rude. So you should follow me back. Thank you. I just have to
Wow,
beg people to
no
be my
pressure.
friend. Please be my friend, Spaceman. Anyway, if you are on there, guys, go give us a follow and let's be friends.
Let's go.
I am Jenny Purr. You'll
Let's
see me
go.
under Jenny Purr. And then there's Jesse's Happy Hour. And Christopher, surely you are on there now because I know I've been nagging you. Christopher will be there, and he will either be the traveling salesman problem or he will be J Wright Club.
Yep.
So we'll just keep hounding him on that. Anyway, guys, go join Moonwalk, hang out with the posse, and every Wednesday, Sasha, it's at 7 p.m. now UTC. Yes. Because I think it was used to be 6:30 or 6 o'clock. I think it's 7 o'clock UTC every Wednesday. The posse has a voice chat on Discord, so go check that out. You don't have to be a holder, but some things you do. But the call's open to everybody. Go check it out, and then go get yourself a kitty so you could be parts of the cooler stuff.
Yep.
And join our cool cats.
Yep.
All right. I think we should give it I think we should call it, guys. We're an hour and 24 minutes in. I got to finish packing. And
Same here.
we got to start packing. And then we're out of here. We're heading out today. So, yeah. Christopher?
Yeah, it's funny when I realized how many of you guys were going a few days early, I was like, well, dang it. Why did I book my flight to show up just in the nick of time? But on the other hand, I'm also like secretly kind of glad because there's going to be no distractions from these two for however long it takes them to fly there. And we still have the stuff that we're going to show off to finish. And it's going really well. It really is going really well. But honestly, like 24 to 48 hours of no distractions from the rest of the team, just engineering peeps working on stuff, we're going to get it done.
When you have half the team silenced, it's amazing how much you can do. Is that what you're telling us?
Well, no, I mean, I'm gonna, Jesse, can I tell the story about what I said to you earlier this week? I'm gonna tell it anyway, no matter what you say. So
this is all
Jesse,
just for me. It's not you, Jen. This is actually all just for me.
This is all just for him. Jesse was like, "Oh my God, what's going on with the demo? I've noticed how quiet the room's been. Blah blah blah." I'm like, "No, we're in a different room." He's like, "Well, which room?" I'm like, "You're not in it." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because every time there's an update, you ask about some future feature that's not part of the demo, and it distracts everybody." And he's like, "Aw." I'm like, "I'll let you into the new room." But this is the no distractions room. Any distractions have to go in the original room.
I'm like, okay, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
But you know what? Even though I read it, actually, I'm reading it all day long. I'm like, oh, I want to say something so bad, but I won't.
I've been impressed. You have not put any distractions.
There's like a lot of question marks.
I really appreciate that.
Question marks? Those are for me, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes. I see some of the questions people ask, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No, you've been really good. You've been really good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes. Well, yeah. I remember when we first started talking about insight stacks, I was really sick, and Jesse just comes in the room and he just starts. Okay, Jen, got an idea. Insight stacks. It's like taking advantage of me being sick and not being able to speak back. I was like, oh, now that I have your undivided attention, let me tell you everything. And so that's what he just does to all of us. Here's another thing that Jesse does. We'll have a team call. Actually, this happens with the three of us all the time. We'll have a call. I'll be on a call for like 2 hours. And then finally we're wrapping up. Chris is like, okay, guys, I really got to go. I got to go. It's been 2 hours. I got to get some dinner. I got to get the kids. Jesse always says, okay, real quick. One more thing. He's like the Steve Jobs of like new feature, like feature creeping for Chris. Like, one more thing. And he
nerd snipes me with it. I'm like, in my head, I'm just going to say no. And then he starts talking. I'm like, the thing is, it is a really good idea.
It is. Yeah. You fall for it every single time.
If you repeat something twice too, it really is catchy. People do listen. So if you say, check it out.
Oh my gosh. I hate it when you do that to me.
Hey, check it out. I'm like, what? What's that? Yeah, that works pretty good.
Jesse has learned that check it out is like a to me, it's like a whistle for like a dog or something. I will always come see what I need to check out because I can't not check it out. So it's like
but that one I always do. I do that, and I do end up making you guys stay on for another 30 minutes. So yeah.
Okay, we'll see if he does it this time. I think we should wrap up.
You know how I deal with this with him in real life. I light a cigar when he starts talking, and he knows when the cigar runs out. He either has to stop now or I'm going to light another one, and then he's going to be stuck with me for 2 more hours. So that's the
Yeah.
perfect.
And then he's gonna feel the pain because he's like breathing in all the cigar smoke.
Yeah.
Self-regulating. All right. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. I
Yeah,
hope you
it'd be awesome.
travel safe, have a good flight, and all that kind of stuff. I don't even know. Do you guys have a nonstop flight, or you got to stop somewhere?
We're gonna stop in Istanbul, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, all of us. So same flight.
All
Should
right,
be good.
Istanbul.
It's a long one, 20-something hours total.
Of Istanbul, Ridvan just landed. So Ridvan and Raz getting together.
Nice.
All right, Istanbul,
fun.
prepare
It'll be-
yourself. The team's coming.
Yep. Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys, thank you so
Yeah.
much. We will see you next week, and we will be live in Abu Dhabi at Solana Breakpoint.
Yep.
All
right.
As always, thanks for spending your Thursday with us. We really appreciate it, and hope everybody has a great weekend.
We'll end with a Going Up song. Bye.
Ciao.
Wait.
We're going up, 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 going up. Rocket to the moon. UPT full blast zoom. Zoom. Stack it, rocket engines on fire. Building this network, taking it higher. Deep in the game, we running the map. Millions of devices put us on the map. Lightspeed dreams, powered by the crowd. Every note stronger, hear it loud. UPT rising, breaking through the glass. Rocket booster mode, full stash. We're going up, 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 up. Rocket to the moon, PT full blast zoom. Zoom. From the block to the chain to the world we aim. Data in motion, fueling the flame. Insight stack, stack, AI on deck. Future unlocked, cutting the check. Turn it up, let the engines roar. Every climb takes us more and more. No ceiling, no limit. Sky ain't enough. UpRock forever. We're built tough. We're going